We started the Team Memoriam project honoring the lives of 16 teenagers killed in 2007. Teen deaths were on the rise on our roadways, and we wanted a way to make this real for them to help them understand that they're not invincible on our roadways. The Family Remembrance Event is a gathering of all of our Team Memoriam families who have ever shared their story with us over the years. And it's an integral part of the Team Memoriam project.
I remember I got a phone call, and it was from my older brother, who happens to be the police chief of North Park Police Department. And he told me that that Jake had been in an accident, and he said, well, he rolled his truck, and when the truck rolled, the officers there said he was ejected from the vehicle. So as soon as he said that, I knew that it was a serious accident. So I told him I'd meet him at the hospital. Ended up life flighting him once they got him stable down to Ogden, and from there the neurosurgeon came in and told my other sons, who fortunately were with me at the time, that people just don't recover from this type of injury, this type of head injury. And it was then that we knew that he wasn't going to be with us any longer. Jake went to Skyview High School, had graduated, had got a scholarship, and to go to Iowa Western Community College to play soccer. Soccer was his life. That's what he lived for. So his principal actually called me and asked if I'd be willing to come and share Jake's story to the student body, the seniors. I went in and stood in front of that audience, and I wasn't sure how they were going to accept what I was going to tell them. But as I started to speak, I looked out into the audience. And a lot of these kids were kids that I knew. The kids had been to the home, our house. So it was like I was speaking to my own children. And it was there that I decided that, you know, if I can tell these kids something that will prevent them from, and their families, their parents, from ever having to go through this experience again, then it's well worth the opportunity. And had he been wearing a seatbelt, and had he not been texting, chances are he'd still be with us today. A couple of years after Jake had passed away, I was contacted by Zero Fatalities. Actually learned about the program through an email, and this is what we do, and these are the kinds of things that we like to incorporate in schools and organizations. And so I immediately thought, this is something that my fifth graders would be all over. And we decided to adopt and to take on the Click It Club, which is we have a number of fifth grade students that we select out of each class. They form the general committee, and with that committee they then they plan monthly activities for the rest of the school to raise seatbelt awareness and safety awareness issues. And it's been great because the kids take a leadership role in that. They get to plan and decide what they're going to do for the school. They're active, they all have shirts, they go out and they meet with the kids in the school, and they promote seatbelt awareness. It's really been a great thing, not only for our fifth graders, but also everybody else in the school. Our parents, people in the community, we do a seatbelt survey where we're writing down the people that come into the school, into the parking lot, that are wearing their seatbelts, and we found that it's made a difference at our school. So it's been a real beneficial program. But whenever I see those kids in their shirts and they're talking to other kids about, you need to buckle up and you need to keep your family safe, and why do you wear your seatbelt and why should you wear a seatbelt, I think, you know, this could have been my son. This could have been Jake when he was this old. So it really does, it strikes a chord with me. The student that I had that came up, he came up and asked me that, you know, when you lost your son, when you lost Jake, did it make you sad? And of course my response was, of course it did. It really hurt. And so his response was, well, I'm gonna wear my seatbelt, so you never have to be that sad again. And to me, that was that one moment where I spoke to those high school kids that I envisioned that I was speaking to my own children. And if just one of them would take the time to buckle up, put their phone down, it would be worth it.
It is my greatest honor to work with these families and to be able to share their children's stories so that they are not forgotten. The Team Memoriam book and the Family Remembrance event are integral components of the Zero Fatalities program and of the Utah Department of Health's efforts to keep everyone safe on our roadways. I cannot overstate the importance that we continue to share these stories, that we continue to share these families' heartache and pains, that these deaths do not have to have happened in vain. These are 120 stories we did not want to tell. Our ultimate goal is to someday stop producing the Teen Memoriam book at a time when teen lives are no longer lost on our roads. Until that day comes, we will continue to carry on, doing all that we can to keep Utahns safe on our roads and inspiring others to join our cause.